Welcome back, YouTube. Brother Kimo here from Reload Hawaii. Check out what's on Stumpy this evening, guys. I've been getting a ton of requests to do a Glock review, and I'm finally gonna do it. My first pistol ever was a Glock 19, and I think this video review is gonna be more about why I think Glock is an excellent place to start off with. More specifically, the 9mm round. But Glocks, guys, in general, are so good to have. The list of pros, I think, are way bigger than the list of cons. So let's kind of get into it. For me, when I had my Glock 19, what it provided for me was a good starting point, a good baseline. Everything else I shot after the Glock, I was kind of able to formulate an opinion as to what I liked better or what I liked least. Because it's such a simplistic design, I knew that this was as basic as it can get. I know you can modify these, we'll get into that later. But out of the box, a Glock is a stripped down version of what a pistol should be. And some of the other guns like the PPQ, which I love, and then the Walther M&P, which I also like, the XD series. I think I like those a little bit better. 1911s, I like those too. But if I hadn't gone with a Glock at first, I wouldn't have anything to really center my experiences on. So the fact that it gives somebody an excellent baseline to start with, I think is a really good benefit to that. And that's why I use it in my NRA basic pistol shooting course. So let's get into it, guys. Number one, I just want to say that I think the 9mm round is an excellent place for somebody to start with. They're readily available. They cost between I think dollars on the cheap side up to like $18 for 50 rounds, so you can shoot all day. The recoil is very manageable, so you're not going to get beat up on it, and you can shoot it all day. And it's still got adequate stopping power if you want to use it as a self-defense round, or even for bullseye if you wanted to, even though I know that's not the ideal round to use. So a lot of benefits to the 9mm round. Let's get into the tour of the Glock 17 here. 4.5-inch barrel. It's a polymer frame gun, right, as you can hear. The mechanism back here is a striker fired gun. It doesn't have an external hammer like a 1911. It's all internal. It's this color, if you're wondering what the polymer frame is, it's a flat dark earth FDE. So if you see that around, that's what the FDE stands for. Here's the Glock row mark in the front. You got the Glock 17 here. Is the made in Austria, yeah. It's a 9x19, otherwise known as 9mm. You got your two takedown levers here. There's one on the left and there's one on the right. Both of these have to be pushed down in order to separate the slide from the frame. The Glock also features a trigger safety. You can see how it's rocking back and forth there. That's going to push the mechanisms on the inside so that you're able to break your shot. This gun will not fire unless that trigger is pushed forward. There are some people that do janky 10-cent upgrades to the trigger that polish it down too much, making this useless. So watch what you're going to do that if you're going to get into that mod. You got the magazine release slide stop here that fits right into this area, just like that. For those of us who are new to shooting, that's what your pistol is going to look like. And then when you're ready, the ease of use, I'm going to get into that later, for loading rounds in here. You just push the magazine in, drop it, and you're ready to rock and roll. Serrations on the back, not in the front, so it's a very simplistic slide design. So you only have serrations in the back to help you rack, but very easy. I mean, some people think the Glock looks too blocky. They call it the Glock block or whatever. But I dig it. It's a very simplistic form factor. Sight, simple U back sight, globe front post down here. There you go. There's the zoom in on that. Rail in the front for an accessory flashlight or laser. You got stippling on the front of the trigger guard, front strap, and back strap. And that, in general, a weight of 32 ounces loaded is what a Glock is. Definitely worth to mention here that the Glock has a polygonal rifling in the barrel, which Glock does not recommend reloading lead bullets through. Supposedly what can happen is the lead falling can collect in the rifling in a polygonal rifling system and cause a little bit of a overpressure and cause the gun to explode. I looked it up online when I first bought my Glock, and if you search Glock kaboom, you'll see what I'm talking about. But when I reload, I use jacketed copper or poly. I haven't run into any falling problems yet. But kind of leading into that, which is another plus, if you wanted to get a replacement barrel for a Glock, you can. Replacement Glock parts are all over the place, okay? You got places like Glockmeister, Glock Store, Glock Parts, Rock Yo Glock, Lone Wolf, excellent place for barrels, by the way. Brownells, Midway USA. The parts that are available for Glocks are insane. You know, they're easily attainable. They're not that expensive, and the ease of use is very easy to install. It doesn't require any type of gunsmithing. Whatever store you buy from, they can probably install it for you for free. You might even want to just buy your own Glock tool if you're gonna just have this one Glock. So the parts are easy to obtain. They're easy to install, and they're super cheap. And the pistol itself is not that expensive. I bought this one for $400 used in great condition. You can find a good military or law enforcement surplus for $350. And if one of the parts breaks, no big deal. You order it off the internet, bring it in, or get it from your gun shop, have them install it, and you're back in business. Very affordable all the way around. Another positive, very easy to train somebody how to use one of these things. Like I mentioned before, when you're out of rounds, it's going to lock back, insert new mag, drop, pull trigger, done. Maintaining one of these is extremely easy. To clean it, the breakdown procedure is very easy. You just get your hand over here, or you got to find whatever method you want to do to get the slide pushed back, and then you're going to get your two slide stops. Got to feel it on the other side, down. Okay, I got it. And you just push it forward, and it comes off. And this right here is the frame. Very lightweight. There's a trigger group. If you want to replace the entire trigger group, you slide out some pins, pull it out, replace it. That's what these two things here are. You put the new trigger group in, slide it in, done. That can cost anywhere from $150 to $300 depending on what system you want to do. But that's it. Here's the barrel or the slide. The barrel is located in here. All you got to do is take out the spring, slide out the barrel, and that's it. You oil in the recommended places. You put it back together. Slide. Put that guy down there. And back in business. Really easy. So you take that into consideration, those things with the excellent reliability. You see guys all over YouTube torturing them, freezing them, heating them, drowning them in mud and water, and they load all types of ammunition through them. It is extremely reliable. The accuracy is awesome. It's not the most accurate, but it is accurate enough to get the job done. You look at the different type of magazines you can put in here. You got 10 round magazines for people like me who live in a state that's not too gun friendly. You can get 10 rounds, 15 rounds, 17. You got the 33 round boomstick, all of which are interchangeable between different 9mm rounds or whatever caliber you have. And also the flexibility. You can change the caliber on these things. I know the Glock 17 can house a 40 Smith & Wesson, 357 SIG, 45 GAP. Some of them require a little bit more modifications other than a barrel, but the point is you can do it. The Glock 20 and the Glock 21, I think, can do like 7 or 8 different types of calibers. So it really is an all-around tool. The pricing's good, easy to train. And I think that's the main reason why law enforcement officers and the armed services around the world love to use them, because you can take your teenager coming out of college or a high school or your college student, train them for about an hour, and they're pretty much going to be experts on how to take it down, clean it, and use it to defend themselves. So the pricing is good, trainability factor really good, reliability outstanding, accuracy great. The parts that are available for modification, you know, maybe even in a wartime situation, if your Glock doesn't break, to get parts for it, very easy. And the flexibility that you have for changing calibers is off the charts. Now for some stuff that I don't dig. The trigger for me, and like I said, I was able to form my opinions on what I do and I don't like. I don't like the trigger. So here's what it looks like. There's a lot of pre-travel in here, okay? And I don't like that kind of stuff. But most polymer guns have pre-travel like that. The Glock is about 5.5 pounds, and it's like this. I'm going to show you the break. Here's the reset. Right there. And I'll do it once more so you can see it again. And here's the reset. So I don't like that. And as compared to, this is what I do like for my bullseye shooting, is this guy right here. Less, less, less. And then some 1911s also have an adjustable trigger where you can take up more of that slack. That's about 3.5 pounds. I had that adjusted. So I'll show you again. Here's the reset. Very little. So that's the kind of stuff I dig. Still, though, a lot of disadvantages to a 1911 over polymer, but I don't like the trigger. You can get this to behave like a 1911 with a trigger swap out, but again, that's more money. I don't like the sights on them. You know, I don't like that globe. I don't like the U in the back. These are plastic. They're mediocre. Can you get by on them? Absolutely. When I had my Glock 19, I put on high vis sights. And the last thing I don't really like is the grip angle. So I do like the grip angle of the 1911 more. It's more straight up and down. This slanted version is a little bit too off center for me, and I still shoot today. My Glock's a little bit high and left, so I just have to change my point of aim, and you know, I'm right on target. Most people, what they'll do is to compensate for the grip angles, they'll just put a red dot on here so they can just adjust the red dot to where they're aiming. So those are just three small disadvantages in that long list of reasons why you should buy a Glock for your first pistol. And I'm going to end it with another pro. If all of those reasons you still don't like it, guess what? You can sell it and maintain 80% of your value of your Glock. Use that money to purchase another gun that you do like. So if you want to just own one, buy a Glock. The resale value is extremely high. All right, guys, that's the end of my review on why I think Glocks are the excellent, bestest in the world baseline for you to own. I think you should try it, and rest assured, it's like a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, just resell it, get your money back, and buy what you want. Guys, if you liked the video, please hit subscribe on the bottom. Give me the thumbs up. And as always, as Reload Hawaii is here to give you information to help you make better buying decisions. And as always, guys, I will catch you later.